Since the first season of the US version of Love on the Spectrum aired, it's become the hopeful reality dating show that everyone seems to be talking about. We're all dying to know which couples are still together and which have called it quits.
So Abby, are you looking for love?
Yes!
Kaelynn and Peter. Kaelynn and Peter had a great first date on Love on the Spectrum, and it seemed like things were heading somewhere.
Do you want to go for a walk?
Yeah, sounds good.
Unfortunately, the finale revealed that Peter canceled on Kaelynn for their second date.
So that part's hard.
While it doesn't appear that Kaelynn has found the one since her time in front of the cameras, she seems to be enjoying being a single lady on Instagram. She recently posted some beautiful pics of herself and captioned them, "What's a queen without her king? Historically speaking, more powerful." She followed up a few weeks later with a post that read, "Male birth control is free and it's called holding a fish in your profile pic." From the sounds of that, we can assume that Kaelynn is spending some time in the fishy waters of the dating app world. We can also assume that single Kaelynn is awesome. Dani and Solomon. Dani and Solomon were off to a pretty great start on the show.
Not just attractive from the looks, but also like, we have something in common.
Dani was immediately taken aback by how attractive she found Solomon, memorably announcing,
I think you are so hot.
They went on 2 seemingly great dates and even kissed, but Dani broke things off with Solomon after date number 2. In her words,
I don't know if he's the right one. The truth is, I don't think he figured out his life yet.
According to social media, Dani is still single, but it's clear that she still has love on the brain. Just last month, she left a comment on an Instagram post saying, "I really do not want to find true love, but I realize that if you don't have a good, trusting friendship first, the relationship is doomed." So it's safe to say that Dani is currently on the lookout for a BFF that could become something more. Abbey and David. Abbey and David's romance was a favorite among fans of the show. They bonded over their love of lions and seemed like the perfect match. Luckily for those of us who are dying for the post-Love on the Spectrum deeds, Abbey has actually been a popular TikToker since long before her time on the show. With nearly 550,000 followers, Abbey's TikTok account, Hats by Abbey, makes it very easy to keep up with all of the stars' goings-on. So what's the status of her relationship with David? Recently, her mom got the scoop with a little mother-daughter TikTok interview where she asked if the two were still an item.
Is he still your boyfriend?
Yes!
She also mentioned that she and David like spending time at places like the Cheesecake Factory, the Santa Monica Pier, and the Grove, and they plan on celebrating their 1-year anniversary at Hurricane Harbor. And when asked what the future holds for the pair,
What are your future plans, do you think?
To get married.
Oh!
I am really hoping we get to see that wedding next season. Subodh and Rachel. Fans watched Subodh and Rachel's entire relationship unfold, from Subodh learning about etiquette to prep for his first ever date to him finally asking Rachel to be his girlfriend.
Do you want to be my girlfriend?
Wow.
We feel like we've been through it all with these lovebirds. In the last episode, the pair said they were looking forward to traveling the world, and while it's unclear if they've embarked on their travel plans yet, it does seem that they're still enjoying the great adventure of falling in love together. James and Emma. When James and Emma met on Love on the Spectrum this season, the pair hit it off and they went on a few dates. But when their date at the Renaissance Fair in New York was over, Emma ended things.
I would like to go as friends if you're open to that.
Emma said that she wanted her and James to remain friends, and they've maintained their friendship since filming. In the end, Friends on the Spectrum is pretty good too. Ruth and Thomas. Ruth and Thomas had already been dating for 4 years when they appeared on Love on the Spectrum.
I think we do all right together.
And it was very clear to us fans that they were a match made in heaven. And since the show, they've become Mr. and Miss. In 2020, they shared an Instagram post announcing that they've gotten married. And in an on-brand move for the animal-loving couple, they spent the day after their nuptials at a cat cafe for a much-needed peaceful and relaxing session with their sleeping kittens. Okay, I officially know what I'm doing for my honeymoon one day. Ronan and Katie. Ronan Sousa went on Love on the Spectrum in search of love.
How you feeling, Ronan?
Feeling excited.
Preferably with someone who shared his affinity for pizza, sausage, and meatballs. Fans watched as he found just that and more with Katie. Ronan and Katie embarked on an absolutely adorable relationship, full of romance, incredible dates, and some serious passion for consent. Unlike some other cast members, this pair keeps quiet on social media and doesn't share much about their post-TV star lives. But sources say that these two are still living happily ever after. While the pair definitely deserves a life outside of the spotlight, many fans are hopeful that Ronan and Katie will return for season 3 for an update. Chloe. Chloe appeared on the first season of the Australian version of Love on the Spectrum when she was 19. She shared that she had never experienced romantic love and that she had once been dumped by a partner after they learned that she was on the spectrum.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I was a bit angry or I was confused.
Chloe brought her unique dating perspective to the show, saying, "Dating as a bisexual woman, it's hard as it is, but being on the spectrum, I think it just makes it a lot harder." Chloe had a brief relationship on the show with Lotus, even calling their date probably one of the best moments of my life. Lotus wasn't looking for anything serious though, so things didn't go further. After watching the first season, Chloe developed an interest in Mark Radburn, and they returned for season 2. The pair started dating, and Chloe even spent Christmas with Mark's family. Unfortunately, this love wasn't built to last, and they parted ways. Chloe and Mark are still friends though, and Chloe has also maintained friendships with many of the other cast members. I totally get it. Who wouldn't want to be friends with Chloe? Jayden and Dan. As a bisexual man, Jayden went on a first date with both Charlotte and Dan. While Jayden enjoyed both dates, it was clear to those of us watching that sparks were flying between him and Dan.
I thought it was really nice. I thought it was nice as well.
So it was no surprise that those two continued dating. Since the show, however, this pair's quiet social media presence has kept fans in the dark as to whether they're still an item. A source has said that Jayden and Dan are definitely still in each other's lives, but they're keeping the nature of the relationship on the DL. To get the real scoop on the maybe, maybe not couple, who we'll lovingly call Jayden, we just might have to wait for season 3. Teo and Rosie. At the end of their time on Love on the Spectrum, Teo and Rosie admitted that they had said "I love you" to each other before deciding to slow things down a bit. Of course, fans wondered what would happen next for the couple, but this pair wasn't going to let folks speculate. They got ahead of the rumor mill, and Rosie posted a photo of the two of them on Instagram captioned, "Update for you guys. Since the show, Teo and I have decided to stay just friends." She followed up with a few more posts of her and Teo with hashtags like #bestfriends and #friendship. So, romantic or not, it's clear that these two found a kind of love in each other. Jimmy and Sharnae. Jimmy and Sharnae are one of the quintessential Love on the Spectrum couples. The pair appeared on the show's first season and quickly became one of the most popular couples among viewers. Jimmy and Sharnae were already together when they appeared on the first season, but they went on the show to spread understanding about autism. After being a favorite couple among fans, the pair returned for season 2, and the Love on the Spectrum crew even filmed their beautiful wedding.
I love everything about you, my Dimmy. My Dimmy.
For we are special and worth it. See you later.
When asked later how marriage feels, Sharnae responded, "It's going good, we're still married." We're all eager to hear a little more about this couple's married life, so here's hoping they make some appearances on season 3. Michael. Everyone who's watched Love on the Spectrum is sure to remember Michael. We were all rooting for him to find someone, and while he didn't walk away from the show with a partner, he definitely got some opportunities thanks to his newfound popularity. Michael is an aspiring actor, and since the show he's launched a podcast called Mr. A+ and Mr. A+, has definitely not given up on love, and says that love is the most wonderful thing.
And are you looking for love, Michael?
Oh, yes, I am.
Seems like some of these on the spectrum loves were built to last, and some were fated to end. Did any of these love stories or breakups surprise you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to The Things Reality for all the latest on your reality TV favorites.